Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Ambassador Dr. Queen Blessing Ibigisin, popularly known as Black Queen. I'm an Hollywood actress and a filmmaker. I'm the president and founder of Queen Blessing Foundation and the vice president of Association of Movie Producers Nigeria. This morning, I just want to talk to us about something that has been happening. It keeps reoccurring, keeps happening in our lives, in our relationships, in our family. Who they pass now? Who be these presidents? Where you they go? Keeps anyway. There's a plane passing. So it's kind of making noise, just enjoy. Anyway, let me continue. So it keeps happening, and sometimes we just ignore, and then it turns into something else. Okay, so a few days ago, a lady contacted me, and she was like, she is suspecting that her husband is cheating, and that the husband goes to work in the morning. You know how Lagos is. We that are living in Lagos, it's safe to say we're already in hell, because sometimes you can be in traffic for 4 5 hours, you understand, and you not even get to where you're going to. So if you want to avoid traffic, what we normally do is to leave the house at 5:30, 5 o'clock, 4:30. It depends on how far where you're coming from. Sometimes even some people leave their houses at 4 a.m. just to get to the office on time, or otherwise they will lose their job. Now this man leaves the house sometimes, according to the wife, 5:30, 6 o'clock, 6:30. Now comes back to the house sometimes around 9:30, 10 o'clock. Sometimes if it comes too early, 8 o'clock. Now I now asked her, I said, so why will you think that a man that leaves early comes back late is cheating? He said that she's having this feeling that the man is cheating, maybe where he does his business, that he's kind of probably have a room there that he's using. She just kept explaining herself, and I said, okay, fine, can you give me one reason, like a proof, that makes you feel your man is cheating? Number one, how long have you been married? So they've been married for 6 years. They have 2 kids already. Their last child is about 8 or 9 months, according to her. I said, okay, so is it that he changed from what he used to do? He doesn't call that much again, or what was it that he used to do that he's not doing now that's making you feel like there's someone else? He said, for instance, when they want to have sex, anytime he tries to touch the man will say, honey, I am tired. And so she feels that if he's not getting it from somewhere, it means that he won't say don't touch me, because he's someone that likes sex, according to her. I now said to her, a man that leaves the house at 5:30 most of the time gets back sometimes 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, will have to eat by the time he gets back, because if he doesn't eat your food, save another gbege. So he has to eat late. The food is already heavy in his stomach, and then he goes to sleep. You now want to touch the man, and the man says, I'm tired. And you think that because of that he's cheating? Come on now. He's genuinely tired, but he no be wood. You need to understand. I mean, such kind of relationship, maybe you should build yourself in the way you guys can be having sex on the weekend. That way he's at home, you are at home, you can play with him towards that time, so that every weekend you guys can have a good time. No, but sex no be food now. You don't have to have it every day. And then she said no, that sometimes in the night, some people will call that when he goes to sleep, she will check the man does not have password on his phone, according to her. Like, we check the man's phone, and then when she redials the numbers that have been calling the man all day, she will see different names, some Monica, some Sandra, some all those kinds of names. And now asked her, I said, is it that the man saved this number in his phone, and that you are seeing the man calling these people, or what is it? He say yes, that they call sometimes, and he returns the call, because he will see return call, and all that, and that is not that the man saved the number. The man has refused to save the number, because probably knows that she usually check that. So what the man what he does is that they are just numbers, so true callers bring out the names of these people. And I said, what kind of business does your husband do? He said he sells materials for curtains, for bedspread, and I said, madam, why are you looking for trouble where there is no trouble? Why are you trying to fix it when it's not broken? Your husband sells materials. Who buys materials the most? Women. Is his number not on his complimentary card? It is. So when people recommend him to sell for other people, definitely they will give his number to them, and they will call. Then why are you calling them back? You say you see money. Why are you giving yourself headache, for Christ's sake? He sells cotton. Which people they do cotton? Which people they buy cotton pass? Which people they decorate house? Women. He sells bedspread and all those things. So definitely, bulk of his customers will be women. And they will call. Maybe when he miss their call, he will want to return the calls. So why are you looking for this thing? I now asked her, I said, okay, what do you do? This is the point I'm trying to make with this video, making this video. She said she doesn't do anything. She's a complete housewife. Now, that is the problem. She has too much time on her hands, and that is why she can go and search her husband's phone, a man that is already so tired and he's on the bed snoring all tired. You go and be searching his phone looking for what is not lost. Small time now you say they break your heart. You know, number one is because she's idle, she is jobless at home, she's a complete housewife. And I always advise people, never marry a woman you turn to a complete housewife. If the woman no go school, at least make e learn handwork. Even if na front of your house, make the woman get job. When she is busy, she will not think that, she will not sit at home all day watching Telemundo and Z-World and be thinking because she is jobless at home and just sitting and eating food, and that's the same thing you are doing where you are. Because if she has too much time on her hands, she's bound to think of all these things. If you watch one film where one man they sell material and the man they sleep with his secretary for office, she will just assume that that's the same thing that you two are doing in your office. So it's always good to have your woman do something, no matter how much you have, no matter how rich you are. Look at a lot of rich men. Their wives are working, they are business people, they're also making money. So if you think that your money is too much, that you don't want your wife to hustle, it's okay. Get involved in something. Get involved in charity. Get involved in humanitarian work. Do you understand? Make yourself available to Red Cross. Make yourself available in some hospitals. Go there, clean, help patient, talk to patient. Just get yourself busy. If you know your husband has too much money and you don't want to work, it's okay. Get yourself busy. Fix yourself in any of these foundations. Help them do things voluntarily, free of charge, and all of that. Go to schools, teach children. Go to school. Just find an advocacy thing and do with your time if the money is too much. Because when you sit at home all day, you're bound to think about things that are not existing. You're bound to imagine things that are not even there. And so I told her, I said, look, madam, your problem is joblessness. Your problem is you're idle and you're at home, you are thinking of things that are not even there. This man is an innocent man. For all I care, you have not seen, did you see any text message that says honey darling on your phone? He said no. He said another thing that he does is that sometimes when he receives phone calls, he will not receive the phone call in her presence, he will go outside and receive it. I said, look, that a man stepped aside from you to go and receive phone call doesn't mean he's cheating. It could be that it's a business he doesn't want you to know about. It could be that you are too demanding. If you know how much he has, you will always ask for money, and maybe he wants to complete that deal without you knowing how much the deal is. So these are things that happens in relationships. My man takes calls in front of me, sometimes does not take call in front of me. What's the big deal? That doesn't mean he's cheating. A man that is okay because you say one or two times the man says he's tired. For Christ's sake, you have been married for 6 years, you already have 2 children. You guys are doing well when it comes to the other side in the bedroom. So if the man is, the man is always tired on the weekday, what you're supposed to do is to program him to always have sex with you on the weekend when he's at home. And I asked her, I said, does the man go out weekends? They said no, that most of the time he doesn't even go to church. He will say he's tired, he will be sleeping. I said, so why do you want to kill this man? And we women, we need to talk to ourselves. There are too many widows in the world today, where most of us are stressing men too much. The very few good men there are, we are stressing them and we are sending them to an early grave. We need to change our ways. We need to change the way we see things and the way we think. Not every man or every woman that say hello to your husband is interested in your husband. Not every woman your husband says hello to that he is sleeping with. We should give some of these good men some credit. Some of the time we are the ones that even push our men to go and cheat. Because if he's not cheating and you keep accusing him of cheating, one day he will kuku do it and say, okay, I cannot be suffering for what I'm not doing. Let me kuku just do it and know that I am doing it. So let's stop it. The man loves you, takes care of you, gives you allowance, do everything. This is exactly what she explained to me. So how do you think a man that does all these things for you is cheating on you? A man that spends all day in the office and then comes back to the house, instead of him to have peace of mind, you are turning him around for sex and he says, I'm tired. It's his body. Yes, it's your body too, because you people own each other. But when he says, I am tired, what if he climbs on you and he's pounding you and he just have an attack and die? You will mourn him for some time and you go and marry somebody else and kill that one again. So let's just stop these things. I told her my advice for her was, stop searching this man's phone and stop thinking that he's cheating on you. Get a business to do. Tell him you want a business, even if it's in front of the house, even if it's in front of his own shop. Get a business, get a life, do something. That way you'll be too busy to even see who your husband is talking to on the phone. You even too busy to realize that your husband has stepped aside to answer a phone call. That was my advice for her. If you think the advice was good enough, please drop it at the comment section. If you think I was too harsh on her, drop it at the comment section. If you have any other thing to add to my advice or any other advice to give her, drop it at the comment section. She's following me, she's going to see it. Let's keep solving these cases together so that we'll save as much relationships we can, because there are some little things that break up relationship that I think shouldn't really break up a relationship. I love you guys.